Hi, this is JilliBling. I have a project using new product from the mini catalog that will be live January, 4th? January 4th. This is the mini catalog. And I have a few projects and a few products to show you. First of all, are you loving the stamp? And how about the ribbon? The ribbon is new, it's so soft. And these little embellishments. This is using masks. I've never used them before, and I love them. So this is a thank you card for anyone that places an order in December. I'd love to send you this card. So here's a stamp set. It's called Enduring Beauty, and it comes with dies and masks. And I thought today, I'll give them a try, and I knew I needed to come up with something for a December thank you, and I love sending these out. And here's the dies, and I kept thinking these leaves, I should cut out a few and tuck them back behind, but I kind of love the simplicity of how this card turned out. Okay, so let's get started. Here are the papers. This is for the words. Oh, and I have a few attempts at doing the mask, but we'll do a mask today. So let's just start with the words. So the words in the stamp set are a little bit unique, a little different. They're not just a plain simple thinking of you or thank you. Lavender's All Things, You Mean So Much, which I think is perfect for a thank you card. Holding You Close in My Heart. That's when like you're thinking of someone and you just want them to know you're on my mind. Embrace the Beauty of You. I like that one, but I know some people are like, that's too much. And of course the flower. And then there's these little petals that you could put off to the side. And maybe have them accompany those dies. The leaves. And you can also cut them out. I love it when they give you duplicates of one die. Just so you could do a whole bunch at one time. Okay, so let's start with the words. How about if we do the, you mean so much. You mean so much to so many. So I did my embossing buddy. This is pretty peacock paper. So I'm going to do it in Versamark. Here it is. Gold, gold, gold. Gold on peacock. I was thinking this card might be pretty with blue flowers, but I always like blue flowers. I don't know why. I just do. But I like pink too. So there's that. I love it when my heat tool is all warmed up, ready to go. That means I used it recently. So I'm going to cut that out. And this die, do you see all the little detail on that? That is, that's part of this bundle. It's very nice. So here it is. Pretty. Okay, we have that done. Okay, should we talk about templates? Templates. Enduring Beauty Decorative Masks. They're called masks. And like I said, I've never used them before. And when I've seen other people use them, it's like, okay, whatever. They're okay, but it seemed kind of flat. But for some reason, I went for this one. Just because recently I've seen some people that have done things with masks that are just beautiful. So at first, when I was not stamping, there's no stamping, there's no coloring, there's mask, blending brushes. When I was doing this, I had espresso for the 5th mask. So today we're going to be using 4. The 5th mask, this one right here, I was using espresso, thinking it would create a little bit of a shadow, because I was hoping that when I stamped it, it would outline it, which it did. Yay, perfect. but I don't like how it turned out. Oh, and you have to use your embossing buddy. If you're applying ink to paper, you know the embossing powder is going to stick to the wet or the ink that has a little bit of wet left in it. So that was my first not good. Also, when you look at the flowers, I did it in Fresh Freesia and Highland Heather, and I think that Highland Heather should be a little bit softer so it's more just like a shadow. I did it heavy here, and I think it's a little bit too bold. The same with the peacock. I did it with Granny Apple Green, Pretty Peacock, but I think that if the Pretty Peacock was a little bit softer, it would just look like a shadow, which is what I was going for. So this is the next one. Well, this was the next one where I did everything really light, and I think it's a little bit too washed out. And at this point, I was still using the espresso mask for the detail. Then finally, came up with this one, which I really like. Fresh Freesia is done heavy. Highland Heather is done lighter. Granny Apple Green is done heavy. Pretty Peacock is done, this one is a little bit heavy. And then there's no espresso in there. So that's what we're going to do, something just like this one today. But here's the 3 tries, and they're all okay, but I think the middle one is best. Okay, let's give these masks a try. So Stampin' Up! Has been sending us this pack of paper with our orders as a free. It's a gift to you. I think I have it, hold on. Because I just received an order. Basic white cardstock free gift. And I'm like, oh, okay, well thanks. That's great, there's 10 sheets, okay. And I don't know why, but sure, it's nice. I always use white paper. And I got a second demonstrator order. Oh, you should see all the things that I got. And there was more of it in there, and I'm like, okay, this is nice. Everyone likes white paper. I just now caught on. This fits perfectly with the masks. So let's use one sheet today, right now, and the mask. There's 5 of them, and we'll go through 4 of them. Here's the first one. And the masks are conveniently numbered. I hold this up just right. Can you see the number right there underneath this little notch? It says number 1. The next one is going to be just like that, but it'll say number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Okay, that's good. Number 5 is this one that I did in espresso. We're not going to use that one, but we'll use the other ones. So there is this one, and I'm going to line it up with the bottom of this paper and this side. And there's just a little bit of an overhang right over here. So if I consistently keep the paper lined up right here at the bottom, and I'm using a little washi tape, all is well. And I don't know if this is necessary, but I've been just kind of tracing a little bit across the top. But like I said, I don't know that you have to do that. Okay, we talked about the masks, and these are other pieces. So let's start with Freesia. Fresh Freesia blending brush. Not much left on there. But the Freesia is the one that I wanted solid, kind of heavy color. Making sure that's lined up. And blending, but I want it heavier. So, when you're doing your blending, and I want it to be that heavy, but my circles are going from right top to the left and down, counterclockwise. When you're doing it, make sure to go the other direction too, because that just fills in these little corners. Here, I'll hold it up close, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because see right here, how there's white right against the mask? Didn't hit it at all over there. So I'm going to try harder. But if I go the opposite direction, if I go clockwise, somehow all these little edges get filled in. And you want those edges filled in because that's defining your flower. I guess just naturally I go counterclockwise. But I'm trying to get the bristles right up against the edge of the mask so I get a good flower outline. And it's okay if it's not solid. Like I noticed it's darker here, it's a little bit lighter there. That's just fine. Actually, sometimes that could be really pretty. When I do the green, the granny apple green, every time there's parts that are lighter, parts that are darker, but it looks really good. Okay, so mask number 1 is done. So off it goes. And that's good. And I like how it's like really dark there and dark here. Okay, next mask, and it says right at the top, number 2. I line up at the bottom and that side. Okay, so this one is going to be in Granny Apple. And I just chose a color that is lighter so the darker detail can go on the 4th mask. But you could choose like Seafoam and Mossy Meadow, any combination you like. I chose this color combo, Granny Apple and Pretty Peacock, mostly because the paper I'm using is Pretty Peacock and I just wanted it to bring it together. And when you're looking at the placement of the mask, you might be saying, you didn't line that up too well. Somehow, in the end, it's fine. It's all okay. And these first 2 layers, mask 1 and mask 2, I want heavy in color. And then the other 2 colors, which will be Highland Heather and Peacock, I'm going to try to do those a little bit lighter so they just look like shadows. Okay, so that looks pretty good. It's real heavy there, real light there, but that's okay. So off with this mask. I'll hold it up. It looks pink and green. So next is mask number 3. Down to the bottom, off to the side. Okay, so this one is in Highland Heather. Now this one I'm going to try to keep light, so it just looks like shadows. There's no ink on it. But I definitely want to get all areas of the mask. And because I put washi tape on it, it's easy to check it. But I don't want it really heavy like that first one where you could definitely see every little bit of the mask. Okay, let's check it. So you could see some of it. Actually, that's pretty nice shadowing. But for instance, right here, I want to get more ink. And up here at the top. Okay, get it lined up. But just not super heavy. But I definitely want each little area of the mask represented. Okay, that's good. Purposely a bit light. That's pretty. It's starting to look like something. And a pretty peacock mask. To the bottom, to the side. Okay, let's see how much ink is on here. And what's interesting about this mask is there's these little slits, and those are going to make the stems. Okay, now that's really light. I don't think it's going to be enough, but you never know. I don't know how these clean up. I know I could run them right under the kitchen sink and they'll be clean enough to use with different colors. Isn't that pretty? Do you think that's enough peacock? Maybe I'll put a little bit more on each of the little stems and then just leave it like that. It's really fun to play. Get all kinds of combos. Okay, I'm going to leave it just like that, whatever it may be. There it is. It's like, that's pretty as a background, but I think it still needs the flower centers. So, very important, embossing buddy. And put it on heavy, just because any moisture left in the stamp, the ink, that will hold the embossing powder. I mean, I'm putting it on and I've got a powdery flower. So I'm going to knock off the extra. Okay, and let's stamp it. So I'm using my Stamparatus. Well, I guess this is not a Stamparatus. But just because I could take a big stamp and put it right over the top, but because I'm going to be doing a few of these for thank you cards, Stamparatus is very convenient because I don't have to line it up each time, especially because the paper is all that same size. Thanks, Stampin' Up! So, Versamark on the stamp, and this is going to create the detail and the outline on my bouquet of flowers. Make sure it's right there in the corner so it lines up. So whatever stamp positioning platform tool you have, that will work fine. Okay, now this is going to go into the gold powder. Okay, now I'm going to heat that. Make sure I hit it all. Looks good, it's all shiny. Okay, now there's a die to cut this out perfectly. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? And I noticed it didn't perfectly line up on some of the stems. Is it the masks? I'm not sure what the cause of it is, but because I'm going to put the words over part of it, I'm fine with that. Okay, so let's start building the card. Isn't this designer paper? Let me show you. This paper is free. It is called Softly Stippled, and that is what this brush stroke smoky slate, is it smoky slate or granite background? Pebbled Path, Lost Lagoon, Calypso Coral, Pool Party, and Wild Wheat. I guess it's very watered down Pebbled Path, but look how pretty this is. It's just so pretty, and it's free. We all love free. Ooh, how would some of these look? I already have the paper cut, but heck, that's pretty. What a different take on the card. That's nice too. No. That one kind of washes it out. Well, that's kind of fun. Ooh, that's pretty. So, free paper. Free paper is good. And this paper, this one just came in the mail today. This one is called Forever Love 12 by 12 Specialty. This here, I was going to put this whole piece back behind. It's like, oh, that gets lost. And I only have 4 sheets of it. So, just going to use a band of it. That's pretty. Ooh, I like all these. Ooh, how would that one look? A little bit busy. Okay. I think I like the neutral color back behind there. I like that. Ooh, I was thinking maybe you could cut these out and you color them with the blends. I don't know how that would work. That's pretty. And then today's paper. Okay, back on task. So let's just start building this card. I think we have most of it, not the inside, done. The inside, did you remember what I put on the inside? The inside is very simple, and it's just stamped. Maybe we should do that now and all the stamping will be done. So there's that. The inside is just in gold, that stamp. Let's do that. Then we'll assemble it. So that is right here. Okay, so embossing bunny. And I'm trying to leave the stamp positioned on the platform. So there's a way to do this. So if this is a card, I want it right here. I'm going to put it like this, slowly, I'll put it right there. And then put gold powder on it. And then it's nice when it's just the gold and white, but I use the blending brushes to add just a hint more color. And I think that turned out pretty. So that's pretty. So which do you like better? With a little bit of color or just plain? Maybe I'll leave one just plain. But to add a little bit of color, you just take your blending brush and put it over certain areas, just really light. Okay, I think all the stamping is done. So this is inside. And that goes on Wild Wheat. And I'll put pictures on my blog. My blog is JilliBling.com, and all the paper cut sizes. This is a very straightforward card, but I'll have them all there, all listed. So today I set aside 2 days, and I said to myself, it's either going to be Thanksgiving time when I have a little break, or Christmas time when I have a little break. And I am going to work on the kids' graduation, their senior picture photo album. And so that's 2. And Evan and Michaela's engagement photos. And then, of course, in March, we had the wedding photos. So I'm not going to tell you how many years since Emma graduated from high school, because it's embarrassing how long. I didn't have this plan until maybe a year ago. And I just kept putting it off. And I keep seeing advertisements. Oh, Shutterfly, you could get your books, and they're on sale or free shipping. And it's like, yeah, but I just don't have the time right now. Anyhow, so because it was in my head for so long, so today was the day. I finished Christmas cards, and it's the day. 2 days. So I sat down to do it, uploaded all the pictures for 4 different albums, and you have to have 50 to 800. And on the kids' senior pictures, I had 43 or 47 pictures. So I just found some pictures that I like, and I know both of them will cringe, but I like them. Like Emma, right when she got her braces off, I love that picture of her. Or on her 21st birthday. That's letting you know how long it's been. Anyhow, 2 days set aside to do that. So after I had the pictures uploaded, I'm like, okay, create a book. There was an icon right next to create a book. Have a designer do it for you. I'm like, heck yeah. And they'll put it in your folder. You just give them the pictures. So you say, have a designer do it for me. Click. Okay, what kind of book do you want? And they have probably lots of options. I just saw the first 20 or so. And I just picked something that would work for them. Then, how many pictures do you want per page? And I said I want the pictures large, and because there's not that many. And I said a few stickers, and it's just like a digital sticker. It's not a sticker. And frames, just like medium, midpoint. Anyhow, I got one of them back already, and it's like, that will do. I'm fine with that. So today, I got 1 of 5, and I haven't checked my email. I have sticky on my nail. I haven't checked my email because they'll email me when their work is done, and I'll just check it and make changes. And I have one of them in my cart ready to go. I'm just so happy. I'm so relieved. Why did it take me a year to get here? And I know I could put in text boxes, and I could put in like words for each one of them. That's probably why I haven't done it, is because I don't know. I just want to see the pictures. Maybe I'm one of few words. Look how pretty this is. This is called Pretty Peacock in Gold Metallic Ribbon. It is metallic, but it's really, real soft. I like it. Okay, how did I do this one? Down, up. I'm going to do it opposite. Just because that's what I do. Try it try it all the different ways. So there. I can't wait to see the one of the wedding. It was in a zip file. It took probably an hour for all the pictures to load up. So I sent a message to Michaela, and I said, Michaela, I should put some words on the on your engagement photos, like, oh, here's a picture, and this is how they met. Like, tell their story. So I said, can you send me like a narrative of like just different things so I could put them in the book? So she says, it wasn't even 3 sentences. It was 3 phrases. We met at Cabela's, or we met online, we met at Cabela's, we went out for Thai food. That's all she said, and I thought, well, I'll just stay true with what I've been doing, and I will put, is that dirty? I'll put not many words on it. But going through Shutterfly, there's so many options. Oh my gosh. If you start clicking on things, oh, it's almost overwhelming. I mean, you can do a digital scrapbook. If your mind can imagine it, you can do it. I have no idea how much these are going to cost, and I'm not sure that it matters. Right now they got all these specials. But I look forward to having them here at home on the coffee table. Okay, so this is going to go right about here. And bling. Oh, I got new bling. This is the bling that I used. It's like, how am I getting things dirty? On the first card, this is called Iridescent Foil Gems. Can you see how pretty those are? We've had something kind of similar to them, but they're really nice. Then I was thinking maybe these. These are Petal Pink Pretty Peacock Foil Gems. But I think that might be distracting from the flower if I have pretty peacock things. And the Petal Pink wouldn't really match. Then because I'm doing some purples, I thought maybe this one would go. Looks like there's 2 colors. Purple Fine Shimmer. They don't say what the purple colors are. I can make it up. I can guess. I think, ooh, there's 3 colors. I think this is Blackberry Bliss, Highland Heather. I don't think that's Freesia. Freesia's a little more yellow. They're purple. They're just purple. See, would that be? That might be distracting too. I'm going to stay with these neutral ones. Okay, 3 gems. On they go. 1, 2, and a bitty one. 3. The card is done. So what do you think? This came together in bonus time because I have a designer doing it for me. I love that. Okay, here it is. Pretty. In the comments, let me know if you like it better without gold, without color, or with. To me, this is looking a little pastel. I guess the front is a little pastel. This is more like classic golden white. Anyhow, that is it for today's project. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate that. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.